Thank you for tuning into the Property Show. As states after states go into a lockdown to stem the health crisis and work from home becomes an accepted norm, we unpack the demand for housing in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities like Jaipur, Chandigarh, Lucknow, Surat, Kochi and Bhiwadi, amongst others. Is being closer to home driving higher demand for housing in these cities? Joining me on this discussion, Gitambar Anand, Chairman and MD of ATS Infrastructure, Vishal Gupta, MD Ashiana Housing, and Sameer Jasuja, Founder and MD of Prop Equity. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Vishal, listed developers like you have reported very robust sales both in the last quarters, in the last 2 quarters. How much of this is coming from Tier 2 cities where you're present?
Most of it is coming from Tier 2 cities. So apart from our senior living portfolio, we are mostly present in Tier 2 cities. We've seen fantastic sales in Jamshedpur, in Jaipur, very, very good sales in Bhiwadi, and even Gurgaon saw good sales. So across the board, I would say that property buying has been robust.
All right. Is this just Tier 2 cities, or are you saying that 2 quarters have been fantastic, so probably there's not much to differentiate right now between Tier 1 and Tier 2?
I would agree with that thought process, Manisha. I think overall real estate market is a lot more buoyant now, and we are seeing demand surges and the supply has reduced in the market. Let us not forget that property is probably at its most affordable ever. Interest rates are the lowest. Property has time corrected over 5 years in both and in absolute terms it's corrected. So it's a great period to buy, and I think the COVID kind of catalyzed this demand further, where the home became a lot more dearer for people, and they suddenly realized that having your own home at this time is not just security, but it is also a great place to be and live in.
Gitambar, what's been your experience with Chandigarh?
So, Manisha, Chandigarh historically has had the convention of having investors pick up plots and build their own units. Of course, if it's a gated community, that sells even better. So we launched a plotted development in Chandigarh, and that was doing very well. The apartments were moving a little slow, but I think having said that, there is a huge demand over there for good condos and good apartments in good condos. It's not as robust as the NCR, I would say. The NCR, like you just mentioned, the demand, there was a pent-up demand, and suddenly buying a house, buying that home post the last lockdown became a top priority across the country. And we can't just say in Tier 2, Tier 3, it became a priority across the country, but the sweet spot was, a ticket size below 1 crore, that affordable, well below 1 crore. Challenge that we see today is, and like Vishal very rightly said, there is going to be a slowdown in supply for 2 reasons. One, of course, there's a disruption. There's been a very severe labor shortage again. The second lockdown, there's been a few psychosis amongst the labor. A lot of them have gone back. Last time to kickstart a stopped project, it took about 3 months to actually get the show on the road. So it's going to be a similar situation today. The second reason, which is even more important, which I'd like to flag here is, you see what has happened in this particular period, because the supply of oxygen was diverted for medical use, and most manufacturing industries didn't have oxygen, namely steel. So the prices of steel have gone through the roof. They've more than doubled, and across the country. So what has happened is that most people have had to stop construction. They've stopped buying steel because on one hand, RERA does not permit the real estate developer to charge an escalation. On the other hand, there is no stopping of the supply, the supply chain, there's no stopping them from increasing their prices as much as they like. So today, steel which was available at say 42,000 rupees a ton, maybe 3 months ago, today is trading at 75 to 80,000 rupees a ton. It doesn't make sense for us to buy steel at that prices. And this is a discussion we've been having with in industry. Similar is the case with cement. So most developers have thought that we should stop our projects till these prices don't rationalize. So there is going to be a severe slowing down of the construction activity given this reality, unless and until either the bill provides, the RERA provides some sort of an escalation clause to the developers, or there is some serious disciplining done for the core material suppliers of our industry.
All right. Okay, so I'll come to that a little bit later on what supply disruptions are happening and how much project constructions are going to get delayed. Samir, just coming back to our big focus on demand in Tier 1 versus Tier 2, are you seeing that actually Tier 1 is still continues to do better than Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities? I ask you that question because if I look at, let's say, an HDFC numbers of HDFC loan disbursements, I see that their sweet spot is 29-30 lakh rupees. You're not going to get anything in very big cities in that price. And they also have 50% of the disbursements to first-time home buyers. Does that give you any indication of what's happening between the different tiers of cities?
Yeah, Manisha, I'd divide the 8 cities that we studied in Tier 2 and Tier 3 into 2 buckets. The first bucket being the one that has replicated the Tier 1 cities. And what I mean by that really is that the new supply has come down by about 20-25% and the absorption levels have come down by roughly about 30%. This was in 2020. The first quarter of 2021 has really been excellent for all the developers across the 8 cities. And there what we witnessed is that the quarter one, if was annualized, would show higher numbers than even 18, 19 and 17, so to say. And these cities are Ahmedabad, Vadodara, there is a little bit of Lucknow, and there is Nagpur. On the other hand, there have been 4 cities which are Jaipur, which include Surat, Bhopal and Lucknow. Not Lucknow, sorry. There's one more city. They have witnessed a steep downturn in new launches by about 60% and a steep fall in absorption by about 40%. Having said that, they've also done pretty well in the quarter one of this year. It is yet to be seen now with the second lockdown happening thanks to COVID. When the market starts to come back again, my guess is not before quarter 3 or quarter 4, because this time people have really got scared and they're not stepping out. This is my take on what's happening in Tier 2 cities.
So Vishal, are you seeing that like after a fantastic January to March quarter, because of the rolling lockdowns, demand suddenly shrunk?
Absolutely, Manisha. There's no doubt about it. Currently, I don't think home is on the buyer's mind at large. We've had a few bookings in May and a little bit more in April, but we anticipate that this demand will come back in the second quarter. Because whatever engagement our sales executives are having with the customer, there is a lot of anticipation to buy. But obviously the fear and the priority on the mind of people is clearly COVID, and it is the case with all of us, including myself.
Gitamba, do you think that we'll have a similar situation? Last time, August, September is when people started coming out and then you saw a fantastic jump up in demand. Is that the sort of cycle you're expecting in demand? We'll come back and touch your supply side issues.
So definitely yes, Manisha. In fact, when you say quarter one, you're talking about the calendar year. You're not talking about the financial year, Samir, because the financial year quarter has just started and it's been a
No, I'm talking about calendar year.
Calendar.
So that's actually Q4 of last year. So this year we had a bad start in the financial year. And I don't see things reviving at least till Q3. And, for people to come out of this fear psychosis to actually step out of the house and go for a site visit, that is going to take some time, because even if there's a lockdown, let's say till the 31st of May, I don't see people going out to buy that property in June, or maybe even they start getting out of the houses in July. because the kind of situations that have been seen this time are nothing like last time.
Yeah.
So please understand, it's going to be quite different for people to actually go out there. So there are going to be two things. One is the confidence to actually step out of the house aggressively with your family. And the second is to actually put that money you save, which you may in a medical urgency, on a home. So till both these things are, the confidence doesn't come into the home buyer, I don't see a very aggressive market.
Sameer, what's your own opinion? I mean, this time we have actually lingering worries of a third wave, not enough vaccinations. You think that the recovery could take much longer? Last time the demand came back much quicker.
Yeah, I completely endorse Gitaber's view on this. I do not see anything moving in real estate, at least in quarter 2, which I mean April, May, June. If it's addressed properly in the tier 1 cities, the tier 1 cities will start to move faster. Tier 2 cities is going to take some time because they typically follow the pattern of tier 1 cities, as we've noticed before. So really speaking, it is anybody's guess right now as to how long the numbers will take to come down to, say, 50,000 and below on a pan-India level for people to start getting the confidence to start stepping out. And this time the fear is for real. Nobody's stepping out. I haven't gone out of my house for the last 25 days, not even into the lift. That's the kind of fear that is kind of creeped in everybody. So I think tier 2 cities are going to take their own time to come back. Also, one more point I'd like to make is that most of the sales that happen in tier 2 cities are plotted developments. People prefer to live in their own independent homes. So there we may see some buying coming back earlier because we feel that plots are easier to transact. And there is a check cash element also that is there. So that also gets taken care of in plotted transactions, so to say, especially not with big developers, but with small developers as such.
All right, interesting. So now we're going to have a situation where demand's likely to shrink, but along with that, supply is also likely to shrink. After the break, we will focus on what Gitaber just said, rising prices of key building materials like cement and steel. What does this mean for home prices going forward? And with infection spreading in rural areas, will that also delay the return of construction workers to project sites?